It is Thursday, 12 o'clock Eastern time, and I am doing my little live because I am just so excited to chat with you. And I love doing these lives because sometimes it can be so hard on social media, whether it be stories or posts, to be concise in your messages. And so I love just having a little bit of a longer conversation with you all. So welcome. Today, I really wanted to share with you. So last week, I launched a mastermind for entrepreneurs, and I have had more interviews, more interest, and it's not about the money, but for those of you that care, I have actually made more money than I have in any other launch. And I actually have been doing less. And so I want to share with you how I have gotten to this point where I'm actually able to create more influence and more success by actually doing less, because this has been a dream and desire of mine for a long, long time. And we live in this world that is always telling us to do more and be more productive and get better routines and wake up earlier and just be in this constant action. And I have to tell you, when I was doing that, I was waking up exhausted and confused. I distinctly remember one of my low points. I was doing all the things I thought I needed to do to be successful, and still felt like I was getting nowhere and felt like I was on this hamster wheel and did not see a way out and did not know another way. And I want to do these lives with you and to share my story with you to show you that there is another way, and you do not have to live in the current reality of your life. You can make small changes every day to get to that. So I want to share with you kind of how I've done that and kind of paint out that blueprint for you. So whether you're an entrepreneur or not, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, your life gets to change. So I want you to ask yourself, what do I want to change in my life? What area of my life do I want to see shifts and changes and or improvements, whatever that means to you? And think about that, okay? And I also want to make things really simple, because when we live in a world where we're always trying to change something and fix something, we live in a world where we are not good enough and things aren't good enough the way they are. And I was watching this show on Prime. I don't know if you've seen this. It's called Alone. And it's basically like Real Life Survivor. Have you seen this? Hands up if you have, if you're with me live, or just post in the comments. And I love the show. And it's a Real Life Survivor. They go out there in the wilderness with nobody, no camera crew. They're their own camera crew. And this one guy is just so used to creating routines in his life because that's all he's known. And he just tries to create more routines out while he's out in the wilderness. And while I understand why he moves into, I need to create more routines, he openly admitted that he hated the routines he was in his normal life. And so often people recreate what they don't like in their current life and they just redo it again. So the trick is to create something different and not allow your past patterns and changes or your past patterns and habits to recreate the exact same thing you're walking away from. And so instead of looking at the routines that you want to create, and the change that you want to create, I want you to kind of write what you want to change, write it on a piece of paper, light it on fire and blow it away. Because when we focus on the things we want to change, sometimes those are the last things to change because they hold so much resistance. So I want to make things really simple for you. And this is how I started to create more success and more momentum and more influence by actually doing less. I did less, but I started to be more. And let me explain what that looks like. So I want you to think of, when you think about your highest self, what do you want to feel and what do you want to embody on a daily basis? And I talk about this all the time, but it's so, so, so important. For me, it's harmony, love, peace, magic, worthiness. And I have all those words written on my mirror. And when you start to really slow down and just focus on how you want to feel and how you want to show up every day, let me tell you, your whole world will change. I was actually just on a call with someone who's joining the mastermind, and she was telling me about her 3 words that she wants to bring into her business. And then, of course, I asked her, well, how are you doing at embodying those words every day? And so I want you to think of whatever you want to change in your life, okay? I know I told you to throw it away, but we're just going to bring it back for 1 second. And I want you to think about, what would you want to change in those relationships, in the business? What is it that you'd want to change? And how would those things make you feel? Because if you want to, I had a viral TikTok video that talked about this. If you want to, let's say your relationship, if you want to create more love and affection and words of admiration with each other, it all starts with you. And I can't say this enough. I feel like a broken record. And I know I'm kind of talking about a bunch of different things right now because I'm just so excited to chat with you. But really looking at, who do you want to be? What do you want to embody? And embodying what you want your relationship to be like. If you want to have more words of affirmation and more time with that person, turn it around and say, okay, how can I give myself more words of affirmation? How can I give myself more time? Because we look for other things to give us what we need to be giving ourselves. And so I'm going to quickly summarize this because I feel like I'm kind of ranting a little bit today. Maybe ranting is not the right word, but I'm kind of going around in circles. I'm not being as direct as I want to be today. And so I'm going to summarize. I want you to think about the thing that you want to change in your life right now. And I want you to know that it can be different. I want you to know that you can make a change, but it all starts with you. So I want you to really start thinking about who you want to be and who you want to show up as, and start taking those steps to show up as that person and feel that now. It has nothing to do with action. I had a call with somebody this week who, when I asked them what their highest self looked like and felt like, they kept going to the things that that person did. Well, my highest self does this, because they're really stuck in productivity and doing and routines, like the guy on a loan. And at the end of the day, it's okay if you don't know what things feel like yet, but how you feel on a daily basis and the energy that you bring into your world makes all of the difference. That's what has allowed me to create a larger business than I ever thought possible, and to have a better launch than I've ever had before by doing less. It's because I'm different. I embody what I want to be. I embody the peace and love that I want to be. And it's not always easy. I don't always feel that way, but that is my number one goal and my number one commitment, to make life simple. How do I want to feel? Just feel that, and then let it shine and share it with the world. We make things so complicated when we keep thinking about how things need to be so different, and they don't have to be so complicated. So that's all I really need to say today, because I just want to celebrate with you that what I'm living right now is so different than I ever thought possible. And I want to share that it is possible, that you can create more success by doing less, because you're doing less, but you're being more. You feel more, you're more present, you're more joyful, you're more loving, you're more peaceful, because it's you that's changed. And by you changing, you change everything around you. So that's that. That's what I want to share with you today. And I hope that resonates with you. Put some comments below. Let me know how you feel about it. And I cannot wait to continue to support you on your journey. Let me know if you need anything. And if, when you thought about that one thing that you wanted to change in your life and you don't know how to change it, just send me a DM and I'll give you some steps to get there. I love you so much, and I hope you have a beautiful day.